In earnings news, McDonald's reporting comparable sales that missed expectations amid weakness in international markets such as France, China, the UK, and the Middle East. But remember that it's also dealing with the deadly E. coli outbreak in the United States that it says is contained. We're going to break it down with Bloomberg Intelligence senior analyst Michael Halen, because you are seeing a little bit of a lift there in McDonald's stock, but it's really flat on the year because the issues that they've faced internationally have been plaguing it all year long. But when we think about the current set of problems that McDonald's is facing, what are they really saying about the outbreak and their ability to get beyond it?
Yeah, they think they've contained it from here on out, for sure. We think there's still a little bit of risk to the story. We don't think all of the cases have been reported yet, and so as those roll through, we think there's still some headline risk. We also expect consumers to be skittish about jumping right back into ordering quarter pounders with cheese at their local Big Macs, right? And so we expect the fourth quarter sales to be impacted, and we expect some of it to kind of spill over into the first quarter. It's the timing of it was kind of stinks for McDonald's. I mean, they had just kind of gotten their footing for the first time this year. They said same-store sales were up mid-single digits for the first 3 weeks of October, and I think that's why you're seeing the shares up very slightly today. Chicken Big Mac and the $5 value meal and some of those things had started to give them a little bit momentum. They said they've attracted some low-income consumers for the first time this year. But data from Bloomberg Second Measure show that same-store sales were down about 9% last week, and so that's kind of wiped out any of the gains they've had for October. So yeah, man, it's kind of a case of good news, bad news for McDonald's.
And you bring up the Chicken Big Mac. Looking through the transcript of the earnings call, that was the first question on the Chicken Big Mac. But give us a little bit of the flavor that you got from the call. Of course, that took place at 8:30 a.m. What was the tone? How many questions did they get about E. coli?
They got a couple. I mean, they're trying to stay on track, right? And attract consumers the way they've been trying to attract consumers, right? It's by improving the operations. It's through value. So it's going to be the meal deals are going to continue, and they're going to roll out the new U.S. value menu in the first quarter of next year. Operations, chicken, digital. They talked about some fourth quarter food innovation coming through. So, this is kind of the track that they've been on, and they're going to continue to try to execute on.
In terms of the other fast food chains, I know a lot of them have also been cutting onions. Does it make sense? Is it going to hurt their sales too?
No. Obviously McDonald's, there was a fatality. There's, dozens of people in the hospital. And so, I think McDonald's is the one that's going to, see some same-store sales impact. It probably helped their competitors actually last week. If somebody was driving by McDonald's and second guessing their choice to go there, and then maybe they stop down the street and hit up a Wendy's or a Burger King. So typically what we've seen historically is when McDonald's same-store sales slip, everyone else seems to benefit, right? Because they're just such a large presence with 14,000 stores here in the United States.